Okay, we're on. Close myself out. There we go. All right. Welcome everyone. This is week 3 with Gregg's awesome Disney collection. We are in this for a long haul, for the long haul. It's awesome. And so we'll probably spend about an hour maybe and go through some of your cool stuff. I think we're going to do some posters today and let's get the ball rolling. What do you think, Gregg?
Sounds cool.
Okay.
Totally for it.
Where do you want to start?
Well, why don't we talk about what I just
Yeah.
showed to you a moment ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my best friend forever, Steve Laser, who's been my childhood best friend since the '60s, just recently wanted to get rid of his Disney collection, and just said, if you want this collection, it's yours. And I asked Steve, I said, well, what do you want for it? And he says, I don't want anything for it. He says, I want to give it to you. He says, you're my best friend, and I don't want to go through the trouble of selling it. So if you want it, it's yours. You just have to come and get it. And I said, well, I know you. I mean, you're an avid collector. You've been a collector longer than I have. I know this collection's big. I didn't realize just how big until I went over to his apartment and we started boxing this stuff up. And oh my gosh, this like 20 boxes later, and I'm still trying to get out from underneath all the stuff I brought back home from his apartment. But what I did for today, because I know how much of a big fan you are, Jeff, with Goofy.
Yeah, I already saw it. I can't wait.
This is one of the things I pulled out of one of the boxes that it says
Gorge. Well, that's a nice handwriting. Yeah. Okay, now.
It's from the old bags from the 60s,
What does it
70s.
say? What does it say? Done by?
It says done by Roy.
Done by Roy.
Back in January 18th, 1964.
1964. Okay.
But he did this sketch for Steve on on Roy. This is a sketch that Roy Williams, the big musketeer from the Mickey Mouse Club, the original Mickey Mouse Club, did for Steve. Now, Roy used to go around Disneyland with a pad of his stationery, and when guests would come up and want to get a picture with Roy or an autograph, he'd pull out his pad and he'd sketch something up, or just put a signature on it, just an autograph. But Steve caught him at the right moment, and he did this for Steve. And it's a Goofy. No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Gorge. What a handsome feller.
Pluto. I'm kind of on the fence as to exactly who that looks like, but I suspect that looks Goofy. More like Pluto.
Let's see. I see Goofy, but maybe I see Goofy.
You're probably right, and I'm probably wrong.
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be. Gosh, now I don't know. Gorge. Well, I don't even know.
It's such a cool sketch.
Yeah.
And he did this for Steve, and then Steve took it home and sat in a box somewhere until I got it just about a month or so ago. Yeah.
So cool. So, I like stuff like that.
Oh gosh, yeah. It even says on here, it says on the bottom of the page, it says, Roy, the big musketeer from the Mickey Mouse Club TV show, draws cartoons for children of all ages at Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom.
All right.
So that's what's written out at the bottom of this page. But
all right.
That is so cool.
I guess, Gregg, what we'll do is I'll open up the
treasure trove of goodies.
The treasure trove, yeah.
Last time.
Absolutely. And then let me see. I think. Oh, what the heck? Where did it go? Oh, give me a minute. What else? Do you have anything this week or anything? I mean, you just shared something really cool, but while I fumble my way to get us back where I thought I was, do you have anything else? That's
sure.
Yeah.
Well, another thing too that I just happened to get from another collector who, again, I was just in the right place at the right time, and this collector just wanted to unload this thing I'm about to show you that just if you come by the studio or by the house, it's yours. Just take it away." And I went, "Oh, all right." So when I first saw this thing, I went, "What? I've seen this before, but not at the scale that I'm about to show you." It is the original master to the 20th anniversary to the Disneyland medallion that they sold, in like places like the Emporium or any shop in Disneyland.
That's
This is the
crazy.
original cast. So it's made out of kind of a plaster Paris resin material,
Yeah.
and it's so cool. It's got
That
so
must have
much
been a
detail.
big coin. No, it wasn't.
Right. But yeah, it's in really good shape, and the only thing it's missing is a little bit of a hint of gold to it, like the way that the medallions that they sold back in the park, back in the day. And my friend says, "Well, why don't you talk to Terry Harden? Maybe she'll paint it for you." So I thought, well, I'll reach out to Terry and see what
Yeah,
what
and we
she
were talking
thinks.
about it. I'm like, we've had Terry, on the podcast, and she's wonderful. So it would be, I don't think there's anyone better to do it.
Oh, I agree. I agree. But that was another cool find I recently got. But
Okay, we're gonna
it's
start off on a
okay.
great poster.
Okay.
Here we go, because it's one of my favorite. I mean, I love. Well, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What makes this attraction poster so special is that it is a serigraph, so it's silk screen, and every color, or in other words, every little swatch mark that you see going down the border, both the left and the right side borders of
Yeah,
this
I see
poster,
it. Yeah.
represents a color. But at the same time, too, each color represents a plate. So to
Yeah.
make this particular poster, there's at least 100, different colors here, if not, something between 50 to 100 different colors. I didn't count up all the little swatch marks,
Yeah.
but just to produce this poster, I can't imagine the man hours just to make one. And I've seen the process at Walt Disney Imagineering when they make one of these things. My buddy Ruben Rodriguez, who was in charge of the poster department for Walt Disney Imagineering, had me visit his office one time, and we went through the process as he was making posters. Not this particular one, but another poster for at the time it was for Euro Disneyland, which later became Disneyland Paris.
Mm.
But I watched him on this mechanism he had that had it had 6 arms on this contraption that was like sat on like a carousel base,
Mm.
and on each one of these arms you could stick a plate, and then when you'd spin that plate like you know so far to line up the next plate, it would then go over the sheet of paper, and then he'd lay out the color that swatch represented over the top of that plate, and then once that color was set in, then it would be pulled off the
Wow.
page, and then they'd cycle over to the next page
Oh,
or to the next color,
yeah.
and this would go on and on and on for like this for it, this could take several hours to make just one poster.
Wow. And so many colors too. I
Oh
and
yeah,
I love how that you have the keys, the color keys on the side so that you can match if you ever needed to match it or something.
exactly.
That's wonderful.
In a
That's
way,
really
these are
cool.
like Pantone colors, where you could just pick the color right off the Pantone
Yeah.
chart and determine which ones you'd need to make such a serigraph.
Well, and I even know this about sent like cartoonists, like sent
Hmm.
people like like Bill Watterson or Jim Davis, make Garfield, like they their Sunday paper,
Yeah.
their Sunday comics, they would have just sort of like this a key like a key of colors, and they would pencil in like what number color needs to go where,
Oh
and
yeah.
then they would ship it off, and it would when it would go to print, it would print out accordingly,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's I see sort of that so color key stuff is cool. I think it's neat too that there's gradients. It's not just blocky, but you can
Well,
see how it
right. It's
overlaps.
it's it's not like your standard original Disneyland attraction posters, which were simply 4 colors.
Yeah.
Like the Haunted Mansion, I think has yeah, less than 6, but something, in the neighborhood of 4 colors.
Yeah.
And whereas this one, you can see how many swatches they have, so a lot of different colors.
Lots. Yeah.
And the thing is too is like this particular poster when they made it won I don't know how many awards from this. They have a she's like what the Oscar is to Academy Awards, and what what the Ego is to to the Grammys and such.
Yeah.
You've got the Squeegee Awards for posters like this, and I can't remember how many awards this particular poster got were given to Disney for the creation of this.
Yeah.
I know it's won a few awards for it,
I'm
for
sure.
the design and for all the color,
Cool.
the whole layout. It's incredible.
Yeah. Plus, I love Splash Mountain. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool. Well,
Okay.
we got another. We're hitting on all cylinders today, aren't we?
This is another serigraph I got. It's the Indiana Jones Adventure. I can't remember Drew's last name, but Drew starts with an S. His last name, but he is the artist behind this particular one, and I had him sign it, which is at the bottom of the page. He signed my serigraph. But yeah, the colors in this are just they pop. They really jump out at you.
Cool.
But yeah, very cool poster.
I love it. You don't want to spend any more time on it? I mean, it's really. No, I'm kidding.
I know.
No, I'm joking.
It's funny. All I know. Let's see.
It's just so cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna do while I'm talking. I'm just gonna see if I can Google Drew's name. Indiana.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I love the Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah.
I love it. It's coming to Disney World, isn't it?
Oh, this one's both Disneyland and Disney World. This one's in the tunnel underneath the train tracks for Disneyland.
Oh.
You can see this every time you come into the park. Let's see here.
Temple of the
Drew Struzan, Struzan, and this is his handiwork.
Good job, Drew.
I've got other stuff that Drew's made. I got a really classy Star Wars poster that he did, sort of like a retro appearance to it.
Cool.
But yeah, Drew Struzan, incredible artist.
All right, Drew, if you're out there, come on the podcast. I'd love to talk to you. You do some good stuff.
I agree.
Okay, this is interesting.
American Journeys. Yes. Don't know a whole lot about this one, other than the fact that American Journeys really originated over. They had it as an attraction over in Disneyland, and then also at Walt Disney World. But then when they brought it over to Japan, I forget the theater that it's in. I think it is their Circle Vision Theater that I don't believe exists anymore. But this was the attraction poster that they used for Japan's version. And I also have one called Wonders of China, which sort of like a flip-flop between this one and American Journeys. So when Tokyo Disneyland wasn't showing one presentation, then they would change out the movie and they'd bring out the other one. So it was a toss between American Journeys and Wonders of China. But I have both those posters.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw them when I sent you screenshots of my posters.
Yeah. Hey, my mic sounds okay, right?
Yeah, sounds wonderful.
Okay. In my headphones, there's
clear
like
as day.
3. Yeah, that's the Neumann. The Neumann. It's gonna change my world right here. Anyways,
Sounds
okay,
nice.
just double checking. All right, because it's new. Oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep. So Wonders of China. And mind you, these are big posters. They're not quite 36 by 54, which is the original size of the original Disneyland attraction posters. This was the next size down. I want to say I'd have to bring out my tape measure and really measure this up. But it's more like about I'd say it's about 30 inches across the bottom by about maybe about 45 inches along the length.
All right.
But again, I don't have my tape measure out to give you a proper
Size of a
dimension check.
small child. We'll put it that
Yeah,
way.
right, right.
Uh, this
Oh,
is so cool.
yeah. Yeah, my 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This one is a serigraph, but the thing is that it's not the standard size. Again, this one they did a limited run of this particular
This one looks
size.
modern
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
What year did this come out? Do you know?
Well, the original one came out in '55. It was one of the
Yeah.
original attractions for Tomorrowland.
Sure.
But this size version, I don't exactly remember when that one came out.
Okay.
I want to say it was like several years later, if not in the '60s to early '70s.
So this really is that old. So this isn't like
Yeah.
a modern, rehash of that style. It's really what it was.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Cool. See, I like that. I like the. Oh, this is fun.
I've got every Pirates of the Caribbean attraction poster for every Disney theme park ever
Really?
made.
Wow.
And again, this is not what you know, but who you know. And being that Ruben was a friend of mine, he got me a lot of attraction posters through a exchange of services. I used to build web pages, and he had pinup art that he wanted to advertise and sell out on the web. And being that he couldn't afford my billing rate to make these website pages and things, he said, "What can I give you in exchange for currency?" And I said, "Well, Ruben, you're a big, you charge
Pot
the
of
postal
gold, my
department.
matey.
See, maybe you can come up with an
Or a
idea."
poster.
So this was one of them. He gave me for Euro Disneyland. Has the at the bottom of the page, it's got the Euro Disneyland stamp before Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Before that name change. But yeah, that's Paris. Disneyland Paris's attraction poster for the iconic ride.
What's the smell of? Is it bromine? I don't know. Would the traditional, when you walk into the Pirates of the Caribbean, and
It's
you're like, you smell it, and you're like, oh, it's the pirates.
it's got it's got a smell all its own, and it's weird. It's like I've seen companies candle making companies that
They do because people love it.
they've got that smell down pat.
Well,
Where you
it's
can burn a candle and it smells like you're in the attraction.
well, and I don't hate it either. It's like if I go Blue Bayou, if I'm eating there, and you watch people like this is Disneyland, you're eating a nice juicy steak,
Oh,
and
yeah.
at Blue Bayou, and then you're like, oh, but the subtle smell of whatever's bromine
I mean-
or bromine or whatever, it's like I don't hate this. I'd own one of those candles.
When I smell that candle, it's like the scene out of Ratatouille. It's like the moment you get that like where that critic had that taste of Ratatouille, and you see his head go. Woo!
Yeah.
That's what I get when I
I
smell that candle smell. I'm going, oh my god, Woo, Pirates of the Caribbean!
Yeah. So it actually smells like it,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Or no?
smells just
Okay.
like it.
Cool. That can't be good for your health.
Well,
I don't-
it's a smell you either love or you go, oh god, that stinks. Like,
I love it, but I'm like, I gotta think of the long term, Anyways, I was gonna say when I see this poster, that's what I can smell it already. I can smell this poster. That could be a scratch and sniff.
There you go.
That's what we need. A
That
Pirates of
would
the
be cool.
Caribbean scratch and sniff bromine poster. Man, I'm already. Oh, this is cool.
This poster of all, I own 48 original attraction posters in my collection. This is the creme de la creme, or creme de la, whatever the term is.
Yeah.
But it is the best poster in my entire collection, as far as, in my honest opinion, because
Okay.
of how unique it is and how rare it is. When this poster was created, when Ruben had this created, this is what Ruben told me what they would do with an attraction poster when they create one. They would create a limited run, like typically about 13 posters, and then they'd run it through the various departments of Walt Disney Imagineering and get different department managers they're okay, either their thumbs up or thumbs down on the designs.
Right.
And so when they made this one, It was more of like I want to say like almost a concept type of painting or serigraph, and they did the limited run. They ran it around the different apartments, and everyone was giving it the thumbs up, going, "Yeah, it looks really good." Until Michael Eisner and Frank Wells came across it. They ran it by them, and Frank Wells. I mean, I think it wasn't so much Frank Wells, but it was Michael Eisner who
Yeah.
said, "Oh my gosh, this painting looks like something that should hang in a mortuary." And the moment he said that, it was like the kiss of death. It was like big thumbs down. And when that happened,
Huh.
um, 10 of these posters went to the incinerator. Disney used to, with, dumpster diving back in the day with Disney Studios and WED used to be something where collectors would hang around the dumpsters and
Yeah.
look for rare collectibles that would end up in the trash.
Huh.
And when Disney realized that this was happening and that people were getting these incredible aftermarket sales on this artwork, Disney caught wind of this and said, okay, well, look, if we're not going to have the art, nobody can have it. So they, rather than just shred this stuff, they started taking a lot of this paperwork like this and just send it straight to the incinerator. And so 10 of these posters went up in flames literally overnight. But 3 of them didn't go to the incinerator. One went to Walt Disney Archives, Walt Disney Imagineering Archives. One went to a good collector friend of mine, who I'll have that remain nameless unless he wants me to share that with you guys. And then I got the other one. And I only know of 3 of this poster that are known to exist today. There's a lot of like Etsy knockoffs and stuff, and I got a really good friend, Jacob King, who has a studio called Master Gracie's, and he does incredible reproductions of any Disney poster art that looks like an original. I mean, he is an incredible artist himself, and his reproductions are unsurpassed. I mean, just beautiful artwork, but it's still a knockoff. It's a reproduction. This is an original.
Where is this in your house? This
Yeah,
do you
this
have
one-
a
This this one
hallway
hangs,
or a,
no, this one hangs above my head when I'm sitting on the couch, which is right below that painting.
I
And-
felt it was someplace intimate. Like I was like either it's above your bed or it's above your. Exactly. I was on to something when I.
If you could see this poster up close, you see the vine work that's going around the poster, around the picture and everything.
Yeah.
The vine work has intermittent or intermixed caricatures of every designer that worked on this attraction before, while it was being built or being designed.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of little faces of caricatures of Disney Imagineers throughout the vine work.
Wow.
So that's one little thing. Another thing too, you've got the Phantom himself that's behind the house, and when you take this picture and put a black light to it, it really pops out.
I bet.
Yeah, it really pops. And that's, once in a while I'll pull out my black light, which I've got a little hand black light.
Yeah.
And I'll turn off the lights in the family room, which right now you can see the incandescent lights above that are in the reflection of the glass. But I'll turn all the lights off and turn on the black light. Oh my gosh, the 3-dimensional effect that this painting displays
The
would just
purple will probably
blow
pops
you away.
out. Yeah.
Oh, it just really stands out.
Do you have other blacklight art or anything?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like
Mhm.
what sort of? Just we don't have to go down
Well,
this rabbit
okay.
trail, but I'm just curious because I thought that would be.
Well, I've got one. If I could pull it out, it is sitting behind me in a tube.
Mhm.
My good friend Joel Christopher Payne. He is a Disney artist. He worked for Walt Disney Imagineering for a number of years, and now he's out on his own. But he does paintings. He just did one 2 days ago
Okay.
of the Haunted Mansion with
Yeah.
a tribute to the dancing skeletons from the original cartoon classic of
That's
such.
cool.
Yeah, and he's got the dancing skeletons right in front of the Haunted Mansion. And what he does with his artwork after he gets done painting, he mixes in this glow paint that's real subtle until you throw a black light on it, and oh my god, it's just insane. Yeah, I've got two original pieces that he did for me a couple of years ago. From Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's got the skull and crossbones that hang above the drop off that you do on Pirates. He did that for me, and it's just so three dimensional. It's again, Joel paints in photorealism,
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
clarity and diversity to his painting is just incredible. You
Yeah,
just
we
have
got
to
to get
see it.
him on.
Oh,
I want to
you have.
see it. We're going to stream it. I would love to
Oh
be
yeah.
like, "Oh." And I
It
thought
would.
about how fun it would be to have sort of art in
Mhm.
one room or one dedicated space of all
Well,
black lights would be
I
so
I I have he did a painting for me where it's a one of one. Because I had to pay a somewhat hefty price for this painting, he promised me that there would be no lithos or anything made from it.
wow.
What I would have would be truly one of one,
Cool.
and it's of the Hatbox Ghost. And oh my God, it is. This thing is about. It's about. Oh, I want to say like a C-size print.
Yeah.
It's what about 12 inches across by 18 inches tall, and the level of detail in the Hatbox Ghost
Yeah.
and his ghoulish smile and his eyes. Oh my God, it gives me the creeps. I mean, it really does.
That's all I want from my art. I just want to be creeped out, you know?
You would be creeped out if you said.
I love, and you might not want to share it. You know what would happen? People are going to screen grab it. It'll be on Etsy before tomorrow, so you can just show me later on.
I will show you, Jeff. But it's one of those things where I am so thankful that I have the original, only one of that painting.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right, here we are,
Oh,
Mr. Lincoln.
great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was. I've back in the day when I worked at Disneyland. This was back in the early '70s. I used to have my lunch over at the In Between. It's the employee restaurant
Yeah.
right behind Main Street, between Main Street and Tomorrowland.
Uh-huh.
That's why they called it the In Between. And it had nothing to do with painting or anything like that. But at the In Between, when I'd come to the restaurant, if anybody was sitting by themselves, I would go up and just ask them, "Hey, do you want some company for, with while you're having lunch?" And some people, some cast members would go, no, yeah, I'm in deep thought of whatever I'm doing. No, I'm not interested." And others would say, "Sure." So this one time, I saw this guy sitting by himself, and I went up and introduced myself, and I said, "Would you enjoy some company while having lunch?" And he said, "Sure."
Yeah.
So when I sat down, we got to talking and found out we had similar interests. And he, through many lunches that we had together, he shared with me that he was the Disneyland ambassador's marketing director. So whenever she'd go out on tour, he would work with Imagineering to pull together these attraction posters, and then he would get these attraction posters and mount them on lucite. On masonite. I'm sorry, masonite board,
Okay.
and then she would then take these on tour, and then whatever podium she was standing at or whatever they needed as background, they'd bring out these attraction posters and put them behind her. So this one time when I went to meet him for lunch over the In Between, he wasn't there, but I knew where he worked. He worked over the administration building on the Disneyland property. So I went over to his office, but I'd never been there before. I just knew where he worked. But I went to his office, and his secretary said that he's indisposed at the moment, but if you'd like to sit down and wait for him, you can. So I was in his office, and when he came into the room, he says, "Here," he takes me in the back, and in the back in this office is just stacks and stacks of attraction posters. And I asked, I'm in total shock and awe looking at what he had back there, and he had all these flatbeds of like these 4x8 tables that each one had like a stack of about, I'd say about 12 inches deep of attraction posters of a specific theme. So he had all the attraction posters out of the early 70s for Disneyland sitting on all these tables in that office.
Yeah.
And so while I'm looking at all this stuff, he goes in the back, comes back into the office with these two big, massive cardboard tubes, and he said, "Greg, I know you're really into Disney collectibles." He says, "Take as many attraction posters as you want that you see here that you can fit in these two tubes, and they're yours. Whoa! I
Jeez.
died and gone to heaven. So, so I rolled up. Oh, I must have had like 3 or 4 haunted mansions and 3 or 4 Pirates of the Caribbeans and all these original attractions. But I had them all, and took them home. That one was one of them. It was for Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah.
And over the years, I'd bring some of my posters to different events when I knew who the people that were going to be speaking at some engagement. And I was at it wasn't D23, it was at a Disney Fun Fair my friend Louis Garcia put on. And I knew Blaine Gibson, who was responsible for every head of any audio animatronic figure. Blaine did all of them. Blaine was going to be there, and Bob Gurr was going to be there, and Sam McKim. Everyone knows who Sam is,
Yeah.
and all these amazing Raleigh Crump was there.
Crump, yeah, yeah.
So I brought a bunch of posters. I knew these guys had worked on these attractions, and said, "Can you autograph them for me?" And so on that particular poster, I think there's about 4 or 5 signatures on it in the lower left-hand corner, and you should see Sam and Bob and Rolly's name on there somewhere in that lower left-hand corner. And when I told friends that this is, that and I also did that same, yeah. You see the names at the bottom: Harriet Burns, the first woman Imagineer, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
she signed it for me too. And
We've had her on the cast, I think.
I had my
First year.
Carousel of Progress there with me too. So I had them all sign, at the bottom of the poster, their
Yeah.
signatures. So these are the people that made these attractions for Disney, and many of them are gone, with the exception of Bob Gurr. Bob Gurr is
Yeah.
like the last surviving Disney Imagineer of that particular time, the golden age
Wow.
of Disneyland.
Yeah, 100%.
He's still alive. So yeah, it's just, if you can picture in your mind, this is the original attraction poster size. This is a 36 by 54-inch poster.
Okay.
It's huge.
That's huge, yeah.
And to frame them up, with the limited wall space I have in my house,
You're gonna need a bigger house.
yeah, all I can do is I've archival mounted these posters on foam core, and then wrapped them with a cellophane material. It's a non-acid plastic
Which is
wrap.
important. I know this because I'm a nerd and I collect action figures. And so when you're storing your action figures, people,
Yes.
same thing with this. If you have acid, you can't just go to the store and get a sandwich bag and store things, or that, because that plastic, so you have to have
It'll
a
stick to the
specific
paint.
time. Yes, it
Yeah,
will.
as old as that painting is, if you took the wrong material and wrapped it around this painting, believe me, when you went to peel that plastic off, that paint would stick with
it'd
it,
be
and
gone.
it would
Yep.
be gone. It would just be destroyed.
See,
But
we need
yeah.
one of those, like the more you know, back in the 90s, like dun, dun, dun,
Well, it's like
dun,
all
and it
the
was-
artwork that
but
hangs
this
on the
is so
walls.
good.
All the artwork that hangs on the walls in my family room. That I've got it mounted with similar material where it's all acid free. Both the molding as well, and all the frames are all custom European frames from Italy.
Yeah.
That I put together, and the glass that I used that prevents 95 to 99% of the harmful UV radiation to infiltrate my pictures that are hanging on the walls.
Yeah.
I put this museum glass up. It's either UV5 plexiglass, or it's museum glass that you find in any given museum, and that protects my artwork from ever fading. So this stuff, the ones that are sitting out on in my family room wall, those will never fade ever.
Yeah. So
And-
listeners,
yeah.
this is, I think, is a good educational spot, which is like, hey, if you have anything rare, and I'm talking to myself because I have a few things, not much, but a couple. Okay, don't just go buy out some like cellophane, wrapping, whatever. No, and acid-free plastic. It feels different, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, and it's a little bit more expensive than your standard wrap.
Oh, it's
But but believe me, if you don't know what type to get, if you go into any art supply store like Michael's or something like that and ask them, they'll direct you to the right type of material that you need to do what I did to this type of poster art.
Yeah.
You just do not want to use your saran wrap crap that you can get at the grocery store and wrap your artwork, because it won't end well for you in the long run.
There you go. Go to the where's I'll go to the Hobby Lobby.
Right.
Go ask where's the paper. Okay, this is really cool.
This particular poster, yeah, like again, it was that day when I was hanging out with the marketing director with with the Disney ambassador. So anyway, gosh, I can't remember his name to save my life, but the Disneyland ambassador that was at the time working, it was the Disneyland ambassador was Kathy Burks, and it's Kathy Burks, marketing director, who I was friends with. So he again got me Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Carousel of Progress. I have so many original posters, thanks to him, in my collection to this day. I've never once sold a single one. I've kept all of them, and it was weird. If anybody watches MeTV's show called Collector's Call with Lisa Welch, who used to be a Mouseketeer, a modern day Mouseketeer.
Yeah.
She has this show that she has every Sunday night that just honors different collectors. And she really zeroes in on the Disney collectors all the time. And this particular last weekend was Garner Holt's turn.
We've had Garner on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What a collection that guy's got.
Oh, I didn't know that. We interviewed him for other things, but it was I didn't know he had such a collection. Wow, I have to watch that. Garner was on our first year, I think, on
really?
our podcast. Yeah, he was on our podcast.
Well, Garner whips out this particular poster out, and Lisa's drooling over, and she's like, they're having Pirates of the Caribbean, the song playing in the background, and they're talking about it, and Lisa's critic, or not critic, but appraiser for Disney is Joel McGee. So Joel was talking with Garner about this particular piece.
Yeah.
And at the end of the evaluation of the piece itself, Joel told Garner what this thing was worth. He said, if you were to just buy this any given time other than this last weekend, you could have gotten this poster for as little as $15,000. That's the cheapest you'll find this on on any auction house, whether it's eBay or Porter and Porter or Heritage or whatever. This particular poster is so highly sought after. Yeah, it demands the fee of 15 or more. Well, this one at this collector call last weekend, Joel said that $15,000 would have been reasonable, but due to this recent auction, and he failed to mention the auction house, he said this particular poster went for $40,000. Yeah, and when I heard that, when I was watching the show, I about fell out of my chair and went, "What the?"
Whoa, that's a good payday
yeah.
if you want to part with it, but I don't know. It's
maybe not gonna happen.
No,
not gonna happen anytime. And it's like and Joel went on to say about how this is highly sought after, and the other one that's even more sought after than Pirates of the Caribbean is the Haunted Mansion, and I have that one too.
Yeah, sitting on. You're just like you could be like Scrooge McDuck swimming in a money bin of posters. Really?
Oh, I'm sitting back on my couch I'm just losing my mind.
I bet you're like, I have that. How much is it? You're like, jaw goes to the floor.
I've got that one, and I've got that one.
Jaw just drops to the floor. Like,
yeah, mic drop.
Exactly. Like, whoa. That's great. That's cool. But there's nobody, honestly, though, as you talk about your collection, who else in this world enjoys the things that you have, and I think, if there's people that can help, maintain, to own this stuff, it's like I'm happy it's you, because you take legitimate joy in owning these beautiful things.
This is one thing that Steve instilled into me when I was just starting out into my serious collection, is that you need to preserve this stuff correctly. And this is coming from, at the time, a 14-year-old telling a 15-year-old, you need to preserve this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I did.
I get it.
I treated this stuff for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
There was an episode. You remember the show called Amazing Stories? It was a Steven Spielberg series.
I do.
No, okay. they had an episode with an elf, and also Mark Hamill starred in this one particular episode. And in this episode, Mark Hamill is a collector of just junk toys and stuff. And during the course of this episode, this elf who tells him, or a leprechaun or whatever, this like elfish creature tells him, one day your collection is going to be worth something. It truly goes to the saying, one person's trash is another one's treasure. And so Mark Hamill, goes into poverty and he leads a life that is just he's on Skid Row, and he doesn't know where his next meal is going to come from. And this elf comes to him at a later part of his life and says, "Hey, let's see what your collection's worth." And some kids come into Mark's garage and is looking at these collectibles and says, "Oh my gosh, this is an original blah blah blah, or this is an original painting, or whatever. This is an original toy." He says, "I'll give you 10 for it." And Mark's going, $10? I've had this for a long time. Okay, 10. He goes, no, I'll give you 10,000 for it. He's like, what? If you ever get a chance to see this episode, watch it. It's a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
But you find out Mark Hamill is this wealthy collector now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where I see myself when I look at my work. This artwork is. Joel Christopher Payne had a presentation a couple of days ago where he said the best thing to invest in these days is not so much currency or crypto or what, it's artwork. If you can afford original artwork, that's where your investment should be, because artwork like this never goes down in value. If anything, all it does is increases. And being that I got this poster for free, and literally of the 48 attraction posters that I have, at least 30 of them I didn't pay for. I just got them. I was in the right place at the right time. And somebody just say, the marketing director said, "Here you go," or the guy from, Ruben from Imagineering said, "Here you go," and I got all these amazing attraction posters for nothing. And then thanks to the popularity of Disney, and with all the creations of all the Disney theme parks all over the world, and the movies are taking off and everything, all it does, it makes collectibles like this go up in value.
Well, and all
exponentially.
Absolutely. And to your point, because growing up, I got Disney Adventure magazines, and that was sort of my great grandma. What do you want for your birthday or your Christmas? Well, just give me another. But every month, these, and I have them. They're back there somewhere. Yeah. But I have almost a huge collection of all the Disney Adventure magazines.
Very cool.
They're for kids, but they had all these movie stars on there, whatever. It'd be like Mickey Mouse, and it'd be with the Ninja Turtles, and it was kind of weird like that, but it was a lot of, it was, Disney Adventures was sort of the thing back in the 90s. I have all of them. And now I go on, I'm like, how much is this one going for? And I'm not going to sell them. But but it really is. It's sort of at the time I'm like, it's just a magazine that my great grandma gave me, but I kept them, and boy, some of them can go for probably, I'm sitting on a couple grand maybe.
Easily. It just Disney artwork, if you can get it, if you can afford it, and hopefully you're in the infancy stage of collecting that particular item. If you can get it in the ground floor, and then grow with it as it goes up in value, oh my God, you're just sitting on a mountain of money.
There you go. And when the apocalypse happens and we have to barter, be like, I'll give you my haunted mansion for a poster for I don't know what it'd be, like a schmeckle of honey or something. I don't know.
I had Mark Davis, Sam McKim, and Blaine Gibson autographed this one too, and I think even Harriet Burns has autographed this somewhere. At the bottom, and also, on the bottom is a bunch of names. But anyway, it's one of those things where, I've had these originals since 1973, and I truly treat them as treasures, and I treat them as such, and that's why they're in the condition that they're in. There's no marks on them, no pinholes, no scratches, no creases or anything. Before I mounted them on foam core, I'd roll them up ever so gingerly, and then put them in a nice big tube, and that's where they sat in my closet for decades.
Yeah.
until I had the money, or I had the chance to bring them out and properly mount them on foam core to where how they sit now.
Cool.
And yeah,
That's a beautiful
I
poster.
can't begin to tell you how much that thing is worth. I mean, that poster, yeah, is just,
It's just the art is it's so, I don't know, it's just so good.
oh. And
It's
again,
it pops.
it's just four simple colors.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
green, red, kind of a blue.
Orangey. It's like
Yeah,
a orangey red, like
yeah.
but that against the green. Yeah,
It's
that's
so
just
simple. I mean, the whole design layout is so simple but so effective that
yeah.
you immediately know who these characters are,
Yeah.
what they're standing in front of, and what this poster is, where it came from in the first place. I mean,
Yeah.
New Orleans Square is one thing at the bottom of the page, but this is Disneyland. This
Right.
isn't Walt Disney World, and this isn't any other Disney theme park. This is Disneyland.
Mhm.
So
I love it. That's a good one.
it's so cool. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
this is fun too, though.
Jungle River
And I like
Adventureland.
this kind of art. This, the what would they call it? I don't know what they. Gosh, sorry, everyone. I don't know. But when it's two dimensional, there's not like, there's not a whole lot of gradient, but it's more. It almost feels like uh,
It's
crepe
just real
paper.
subtle colors. I mean,
Like
yeah,
it's overlays and like print, like an old vintage print.
exactly,
You know.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's so simple, and the design is very subtle, and you know exactly what you're looking at. Jungle River Cruise,
Yeah.
which later got changed to the Jungle Cruise, but yeah, just
I love it.
yeah, it's one of my favorite posters.
I have a friend. We call him Skipper J. He would love it. He would love this.
Oh,
Oh,
Alice in Wonderland.
oh.
And again, this is another 54 by 36 original, litho. Oh, not litho,
Big.
serigraph.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah, Alice in Wonderland, Fantasyland. It's just,
Wow. I like to know it's that big is so cool.
mm-hmm. Oh,
I need to get some posters. That one's cool too.
monorail, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I think that's the Mark, it's not the Mark 7. I think that's the Mark 4.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and in the background, you've
How'd
got,
you get this one?
again, this is all out of the posters that I got from the marketing director
Okay.
for Kathy Burke.
Wow. Okay.
And and here's rockets rocket to the moon. This was
Why would they
this
let these go? My goodness.
yeah. I mean, these are posters that literally there's been so many variations to Rocket to the Moon. It was Rocket to the Moon, then it became what was it? Flight to the Moon, and then it was like Mission to Mars, and they've had so many different attractions to some other destination, somewhere else in the solar system, and Disney. I mean, that this poster says it all. You've got the moonliner right there. You've got the two observation. They almost like nuclear silos, but
Yeah.
those are the areas where you went and had your experience to the moon.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Oh yeah,
Frontierland. Oh.
this one basically was like a combination. Rather than have individual attraction posters for the three rides, they just, Disney just decided to put all three of them on the same poster. So you've got Pack Mule, Mine Train, and Stagecoach. And as much as I've been on the Pack Mules many times when I was a child, and I'd been on Nature's Wonderland, the Mine Train ride. Oh, very iconic, very beautiful. Everything, but going through the different rainbow caverns and all the different colors of the rainbow in the waters that would travel alongside of the track. Wonderful, wonderful memories this poster brings to me. The one thing I cannot imagine, because I've never been on it, was Stagecoach ride.
Okay.
I remember that, but I never wrote it. So, just
Yeah.
what a incredible. And this poster just says it all for Frontierland.
Yeah.
Oh,
The mermaids. Oh, I love the mermaids.
A lot of this,
This is cool.
I believe a lot of this artwork was done by Sam McKim, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'd have to make. Don't quote me on that one for sure, but I
Yeah.
think Sam told me once that he had some hand in the design of this attraction poster for
Wow.
Tomorrowland. But you got the mermaid, you got Atlantis in the
I
corner.
know.
You got the sub floating over, and you got all the faces in the portholes.
Yeah, there's just so much going on, but everything is distinctive and intentional and unique.
And the one thing it's missing is the sea serpent, and I don't know why they didn't include that in this painting, but oh gosh, it's just
That would have been cool.
it's so cool. Oh, Matterhorn, same thing.
One of my favorite rides. Again, one of my all-time favorite. I love the Matterhorn.
Yeah, Matterhorn is such a cool attraction.
Yeah.
You think about it, there was a Disney movie that came out back in the 50s called Third Man on the Mountain, starred James MacArthur, and it was all about the Matterhorn. I mean, not the Matterhorn attraction, but it was about an adventure going up the Matterhorn by James and a few other actors. But shortly after that, you had the Matterhorn being built at Disneyland, and what a cool attraction to showcase not only the ride but also that movie.
Boom. Oh, this is different.
And I got two versions of this poster. I've got one that's hanging in my family room. It's the Bicentennial Special, and the only difference between this one and the Bicentennial Special is, in place of where it says at Main Street, Frontierland, or Tomorrowland depots, on the Bicentennial Special it just says Bicentennial Special in that area, but the rest of the poster looks identical to this one, and it's just a gorgeous piece of artwork.
Yeah.
Now these are these were made by my friend Jacob King, who has his shop Master Gracie, and I got these from him, from Jacob. I forget exactly how much I paid for these, but these are absolutely true to scale and exact replicas of the original paintings that they did for the Tokyo Disney Sea theme park.
Yeah.
So you have Indiana Jones Adventure, you got the Journey to the Center of the Earth, which is built within a volcano, which is the iconic volcano, which is the center point of the whole theme park. These posters are just incredible.
They are. They really are. Man. Oh, and you got even
as well as Tower of Terror, and I got 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I mean,
just, oh my goodness. Oh, this is interesting. And what's going on here?
Well, here I like to collect, aside from anything artwork of Disney. I love to collect, and attraction posters are a big focus of my collection. But at the same time too, I like to collect maps, and I have maps from every Disney theme park around the world. On this particular day at California Adventure, they had just opened the park back in 2000. I think it was 2001.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be there that day, and they were just giving away these posters, and they were giving them away like candy. And I'd go through the turnstile, grab like 3 or 4 at a time. I must have about 30 of these, maps sitting in my.
It's pretty cool looking.
It is, and it's the original design of California Adventure. So you've got rides that no longer exist, on here. In fact, the iconic California, logo, those big tall letters on the front of the theme park, which no longer exist, but they are on this map. It was just a beautiful painting that was showcasing the attractions like at Disneyland or any Disney theme park, but for California Adventure.
Greg, you do know what ride is?
Oh yeah,
at Goofy Sky School, which I go going, what is Goofy? Well, I'm yearning for some learning. Yeah. And they thought when I did that, they thought they went. It was a great compliment. I went, Gorge, I'm in the Goofy Sky School, and I'm yearning for some learning. Yeah. And the people that were running the ride, they went like this. They're like, did we? They said they're like, oh, you
Where's
got
Bill
me.
Farmer?
No, well, they thought there was a new recording or something.
Another spiel.
Yeah, another spiel that was, and that was a huge compliment. I was like, Gorge, oh, thank you. Yep. And it was awesome. So California Adventure has a sweet spot in my heart because of Goofy Sky School. So thanks for letting me hijack your show for a second. Oh goodness. Okay.
There was an artist that worked at Disney Studios that had just decided to leave. I mean, I think she quit. Her name was Farrah Rose. Yeah. And Farrah was taking all of the work that she had been doing for Disney Studios that she didn't want anymore, and she was just pitching box after box of stuff to the curb. Being at the right place at the right time, as I happened to get a lot of this stuff, and I have out my garage like about 3 or 4 of these big boxes filled of original artwork. These are concept sketches of Fantasia 2000. So this is the Irving Berlin part where the bouncing ball goes, with the little girl, and then you got the guy who's playing the drums on I forget all the different scenes, but you can see them right here. You've got the caricature of Irving Berlin up at the top corner on the bottom panel, the bottom right side panel. These are like. I guess these are like scenes as to how the camera was going to swoop down across the various cells to give this sense of motion, while at the same time too, as you're going through the landscape or through the city, this is what you're going to see in the movie. And these are all originals. They're all hand drawn and hand painted too. These are not photocopies. These are all originals.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
right, we got,
here's even more of the same thing.
More
of the same thing.
Yeah. All right, people can if they're watching, they can just pause it and then zoom in, zoom out, whatever.
There's the guy with the jackhammer. Hell yeah! And then I also had the pink flamingos. From again Fantasia 2000.
Yeah.
And oh god.
That's so cool.
You see that little stack to the right that you can just see the corner of, that's just above my magnifying glass? That was just one box. And I had 4 more like that I had to go through all these originals. I've got so many original sketches and things that Farrah just didn't want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. This is a good place. We're almost done. We're almost at an hour. But I think this is a great one to leave.
This is, and again, these are all original sketches by her. So these are both red line and pencil sketches of Mickey Mouse.
And Mickey and the Beanstalk.
And then you've also got the character sheets from Mickey and the Beanstalk, and then just character sketches of Mickey in several poses.
So when did that come out? Because that was back when, I know this because of Goofy, but it's like that was when Pinto, I think, was still doing his Goofy's voice. So how old are these, do you think?
Oh, you're going back to the 40s easily.
Yeah,
this is like
really?
Mickey and the Beanstalk. I mean, this is going back way back.
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I love that cartoon.
And I'm still amazed at the fact that I was just the right place at the right time.
That's amazing.
As to many of the things that I have in my collection to this day, just being at the right place when somebody was just like, I am done with Disney, I'm out, I'm checking out, here, you can have this. And it's like, okay.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Wow. This impresses me. I thought that, this is a great place to, because I won't forget this. This is cool.
I've got some things I'd be more than happy to share with you and Venerina and Dawn and anybody else
keep it going.
Team
we'll
of from Hercules. I got sketches from Hercules that I've got so many of them.
Whoa.
It's just
Wow. And we
I
had,
don't know
like
what
I
to
said,
do with a
we
lot
had
of this stuff.
on Sunday we had DDA,
Yeah.
on, and he's, like I said, he's if you go back and watch the podcast, he's an archaeologist. I've you have some things. Well, I need to say, have you met Gregg? Because you have some things that honestly he might be interested at least to note.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of documenting these things. So interesting. I should get him on.
It's just,
This is so cool.
yeah. I mean, I absolutely love the podcasts that you share with all of us, Jeff, and the fact that
Thank you.
I'm given the opportunity to be on this show.
Oh yeah, you're
and
part
to
of
be
the
able
family.
to show these collectibles that I've just, I don't want to say have buried somewhere, but have forgotten, which I haven't. But it's just, I rarely get to pull this stuff out and properly give it the kind of representation that it needs to be seen again, rather than get buried in a box sitting in the back of my office here.
Well, thank you for sharing, and it's
Oh,
a
it's
gift
absolutely my pleasure.
I think it's a gift to us, and so I'm glad we're back on track and not losing momentum, because it's something I wanted to keep going. And Gregg, anything else before we wrap it up for this time?
Let's see here. I'll just pull this one thing out that's sitting here staring at me.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Here we go.
Oh,
I'll pull it up closer to the camera.
I know. I'm trying. See, hold on. Let me get my ugly.
Property of the chief engineer for Disneyland.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Now, why this is appearing backwards, I don't know why.
It is to you, but it's not to.
Oh,
the
it's
rest
not.
of the
Oh, good.
world.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I
you're
do the
seeing
same
normal.
thing. I have to see myself backwards, because it's like looking in a mirror. You're like, oh, I need to see it, but no. But for everyone,
But it's like, thanks
right
to
on
your
track.
show, I dig this stuff out and set it aside to pull it out and show it to all the viewers, and then I forget about it once the show gets going.
Well, we got time, and I'm not in a rush. Honestly, we'll do this. I don't know. Week after week. Why not?
Sure.
We'll just keep it going, and I think it's just
we could be doing this for a long time,
and I'm okay with that. I think that would be more than good. So I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm glad we're not rushing through it, but we get to do it, and it'll be fun, and I'm sure we'll build momentum and all that good stuff. So, anyways, well, my friends, whoever's watching and will watch in the future, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting us share the magic, and Gregg, thank you for sharing your awesome collection. And I won't forget where we left off, because it's a great Mickey and the Beanstalk. I'm actually there's a comic of it too. Mm-hmm. And I have a friend named Justin, and he is called the Donald Duck Project on YouTube, and he takes old Disney comics and he voice dubs them. And so I get to be his Goofy in some of them, and that's one of our upcoming ones that we're going to do. So it's like timely, very timely for me at least. So, but all right, very Gregg, cool. Good to have you. And if you Gregg's going to be on tomorrow in our podcast as we interview. I won't tell you who it is. No, I will. Okay, fine. It's Gary Wolf. So he's gonna be on and be part of our, you're part of our family. So thank you, Gregg, and see you later.